In options world, Mint VIP. What's up, guys? Woohoo! All right, Mint VIP doing well, following everything that I'm trying to tell them, following my sentiment, following the news. These guys are up on the news like every second, man. These guys are awesome. But what's gonna happen this week or this month? Right now, I see a lot of, I mean, it's like barely hanging on. You know, if you guys are good at technical analysis at all, if you draw the line back in 2008, 2009, all the way to now, it's barely teetering. Now, if you look at the S&P, if you look at the Dow, if you look at the Russell, if you look at the Nasdaq, a lot of them are under the 200-day moving average. A lot of them are under the 20-day moving average. So a lot of I guess all these groups of stocks, right? Like the S&P 500 is the biggest group of Fortune 500 companies altogether. A lot of them are under the 200-day, under the 20-day, which is pretty bearish, you guys. So it's not a good thing. Now, if I'm looking at, like, let's say Apple, I'm looking at Apple right now, it's under the 200-day, it's under the 20-day moving average, which is bearish. Google, the same thing. I'm looking at the FANG stocks. G for FANG, Google is also under. I mean, if you look at Google, the highest of Google was 1532, and now it is at 1097. That's a big drop, you guys. So, and it's also under the 200-day and the 20-day moving average, which is not good. It seems like it is bearish. If let's look at Facebook, Facebook is also bearish. Bearish, bearish, bearish. The 52-week high was 224 and $24, and right now it's at 154. Now, all of these stocks did bounce like a week ago, right? And then we had that bear pullback, and then now it's basically going back down. It's hitting a lot of resistance. A lot of you guys know how to do technical analysis, and you guys can see this on your own. A lot of people use Yahoo Finance or bar charts or trading view or whatever you guys want to use. It's all out there for you guys to see. I mean, if you look at BA, let's look at BA real quick. We all know that has dropped tremendously. It was at the highest at 391 in the past 52 weeks. I think it was higher than that last year. But now, and it dropped down to $89, and now it's at 124.52. So that's also under the 200-day, also under the 20-day. I mean, it's bad, right? We all know it. We all feel it. The COVID-19 is spreading in a lot of hotspots, but there are places where it's not that prevalent. But they did say this COVID-19 is spreading, and we all see it if we all go outside and look. A lot of people are staying home. Nobody's outside. Businesses are closed. Hotels, airlines, airfares, cruises, traveling. Nobody's booking any travels right now, and unless you're booking like 2 or 3 years out. Maybe that's a smart thing to do. But for now, we are in this mess. So, what can happen? Again, the market looks bearish, you guys. Even though we had this week of rally from the Feds, right? They pumped 10 trillion. Now we're teetering and like right at that level of you know really, really, really bearish. I mean, a huge drop, guys, a huge drop. I don't know if you guys saw um the charting I put on the page. Basically, we were here, we dropped, boom, we bounced, right? And then we dropped. Now we're here again. Now, can we drop again? Yes, we can. Now, a lot of things are still not in play, even though a lot of news is being positive. Like, for example, oh, the government checks. I don't think anybody has gotten a check yet. So that is huge. At the same time, big businesses, they can get what 100,000 loan or 10 million if you're big, if your company's a lot bigger. But I don't think they've gotten their checks either. So right now it seems like the government is still trying to figure out their website situations, still trying to figure out how to send all this money to everybody, and nobody's gotten anything. But at the same time, if you think about it, let's say California, let's say New York, right? What an average mortgage or rent, actually rent is probably like 2,800 to 3,000 in New York, or in California, and those are the biggest places that got hit. Now, if you get a $1,200 check, that doesn't really cover anything, does it? It won't cover your mortgage. It won't cover anything. Even if you had like 2 or 3 kids and you get an extra $500, it's not going to cover your costs, your rent, your mortgage. So the check that they're giving us is not enough. Even in Canada, they're getting 2,000. Why are we only getting 1,200? So looking at all these numbers, looking at all the stocks, looking at the charts, the patterns, everything that I can see, and at the same time, the writing is on the wall, you guys. The next thing that I mentioned like weeks and weeks ago, this is like February or March, and like one of my videos was the housing bubble. Now, if we're gonna get ourselves a credit crisis, a financial crisis, it's gonna hit, and people are saying it's gonna get hit harder than it was in 2008 and 2009. Before, back then, we knew it was a financial crisis. We knew it was the mortgage-backed securities. But this time, it's something called COVID-19 that nobody can predict, nobody can cure. There is no vaccine. Nobody can comprehend how many deaths or infections that there will be. So, will that affect the markets? Yes. Yes, 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 big time. So you need to be on the right side of this trade. You need to be um, bullish when the market is bullish and bearish when the market is bearish. And you need to get ahead of it before it happens. In the Mint VIP group, again, we trade smart, we trade wise, we try to do our best to also do risk management, because trading this, it's bipolar. We don't, right? That's hard. But a lot of my traders are good. A lot of them follow me to the T, to the T. Buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. And that's how we do it in Mint VIP. And at the same time, just so you know, if you guys are thinking about joining, I don't overtrade. Okay. Sometimes there's days that I don't trade, which means I'll tell the group and say, hey guys, I don't see a setup. I don't see anything good to trade. I'm looking at the options contracts. I'm looking at the volatility, and I just don't see anything good, right? And I will scan, I'll scan 20, 30 different stocks, and if I don't see anything, I'm not going to trade. I tell them I'm not going to trade. You guys can trade if you want to, and you guys can scalp if you want to, but I don't see anything that's truly bankable, and you need to know your limits, you guys. You need to know your limits. So anyways, yeah, I mean, stocks are down big time. BA was once 400 stock, now it's at 120. Google's was once at 1,500, now it's at barely hitting 1,100. Now, can we go up from here? It's possible. It's possible. If the feds will pump, and they will pump, and they will pump. But once all the numbers come in, and there's so much uncertainty in this market, you guys, so much uncertainty in this market, because there's still places in different states where there is hot spots of this coronavirus. There's hospitals being impacted extremely. They got to get other doctors and nurses to come out and fly there, and they get paid what, 10,000 a week or every 3 weeks or whatever it is, but they need help. So, and there are places where it's not that extreme, but can it still spread? And can it still affect more states and more people? Yes, unless they find a vaccine or a cure, I think the market can still be bearish. And I think that once all these bills coming in, everybody's calling saying, I can't pay, I can't pay, I can't pay. If you lost your job in a restaurant field, or in hospitality, or in the airlines, or in stores, and I mean, that's where everybody works. A lot of people are there. There are a lot of people that do work online, but I believe there's still more people that work outside of you know their little cubicle bubble thing. Um, so, and we got the numbers from the job reports, and we got the numbers from the jobless claims. Biggest numbers in history, you guys. So we got 10 million people losing jobs. We got over 700,000 in jobless claims. And I don't think that's up to date. I don't think any of these numbers are up to date. So it could be worse and worse than that. So, will all of this just all of a sudden be, disappear and be like, oh, hey guys, nothing happened. Everything's great. No, there's still people dying, guys. There's still people getting hurt, and people sick, and people are trying to recover. So, will the financial impact be buoyed and be saved by the feds and the central banks, I don't think they don't I don't think they know the ramifications of what this can be. Even though they can continue to print, and they can't run out of ink, right? It's their money and it's all over the world. But are there nations that have fallen? Yes. Are there nations where their inflation has hit? Yes. And have you seen their nations go into poverty? Yes. Can it happen here? The US is a rich country, but at the same time, is it impervious to something that they have no clue how to attack it, how to cure it, how to, you can't reverse the process, right? There's people that have already, there's already big numbers of deaths. We can't reverse that, right? There will be a financial impact in the market, in our stock market, in the housing market, in the interest rates, in loans. I think right now people are trying to think, oh my gosh, am I going to sell my house right now? Am I going to toughen it out? Am I going to stomach it? Like, this bearish market can last for years, you guys. If this market crashes harder than the one in 2008 and 2009, because there's more uncertainty in this one. Again, last time they knew what happened, this time they don't. This could be, the president, POTUS already extended the quarantine, April 30. Can we go longer than that? Yeah. Can we go months after that? Yes. Um, can this be 6 months? Can this be a year? Yes. But what about the vaccine and the cure? That could be another 12 months, another 18 months, another 2 or 3 years. Um, and even Bill Gates himself, I've been watching his stuff. He said back in 2015, this, if we're not ready back then, we won't be ready when this epidemic or pandemic comes. And it's here. And he did warn us. And whether people listened or not, now we can show ourselves to be unprepared. Even though as fast as we try to be prepared, it's hard to get out in front of all of this stuff. And so what do? We follow the market. That's what we do. We follow the market. Again, Monday could be a pop and drop because of this oil thing. And can that hold us up for a few days? It can. It can. But then again, if we start seeing worser numbers, again, the car industry is hit, the travel industry is hit, the restaurant industry is hit. Every business out there is hit, whether if it's a small business or a big business, it is hit. So, how do we play this market? Well, I know how to play this market, and there's going to be a lot of money to be made in this market if you're going in the right direction, if you're trading the right stuff. Again, can we reverse and go higher? We can. But then again, market does look bearish, you guys. So just a quick update on that. Let's see what pre-market brings. Again, we can get a pop and we can get a drop. Remember, the same ones that pump it are the same ones that dump it. And if you don't know how to get in and get out, stay out of the market. But if you want to make money, like my group, because we're making money, we're banking, then message me. Join Mint VIP. Guys, this volatility and the directions and the big swings, you can make huge amounts of money in this market if you know what you're doing. So, anyways, guys, peace out. Join Mint VIP. See you guys next few days. I'll do another recap. Peace. Have a good weekend.